Twitch has a lot of streamers. You got the ones who game, the ones who just chat, the Shy King, the ones who VTube, as long as you don't incorrectly use the VTube tag. Oh, and whatever this is.
Hey guys! It's me, your girl 39 Dafu-chan.
No matter what you're looking for on Twitch, there's something every Twitch stream has in common. Twitch chat.
All right, clap if you think she should suffer.
On Twitch, streamers are pretty much the 4th grade teacher, and chat is the class. It's like when the teacher asks a question to the class, and little Billy Joe Jim Bob gives out his best answer, and then all the other 4th graders will just shout and repeat the same answer.
You can't fall off the map. That's a major dub in my book.
Wait, what do you mean I can't fall off the map?
You're actually trolling.
Back when I had pink eye and I would sleep and my eyes would get crusted shut, by the time I woke up, I was like scratching it off and you could just feel the relief. It's like peeling glue, dried glue off your hands, kind of.
Okay, but who asked?
But it can't all just be good. With the good chatters, there's the bad chatters. Remember that 4th grade class I mentioned? You know how there's always that one piece of shit kid who's picking his boogers and getting up and screaming for no reason and putting glue in Cindy's hair, all because they just desperately crave the attention in the class? Twitch chats have those too. You have random 13-year-olds come into your stream and backseat your Elden Ring gameplay because
If you just died earlier on the second screen, you could have cleared it. Oh my god, I literally beat this in 4 tries. Streamer, you fucking suck.
Then you have those people asking the same fucking question 14 times because there's no way that the streamer is ignoring me for asking a stupid fucking question. They just haven't seen it yet. Surely, if I ask it a 15th time, they're gonna tell me what keyboard they use. Oh, and my favorite, the people who truly believe they are great friends with their streamer because the streamer said their name or read their chat message. Like, no, me and the streamer are best friends. I have a 9-month sub badge. That's friendship. But hey, the internet and weird people is not a concept special to Twitch. As long as the internet is open to everybody, there will be weird and annoying people on the internet. And honestly, it's pretty easy to ignore weird people on Twitch. As long as I get to type my little emotes and enjoy what I'm watching, I don't care what other weird people are doing there. Until I received a message from Raid Shadow Legend. Okay, sorry. Anyways, one day I'm minding my own business, watching Daft stream some furry detective game. No, I'm serious. A furry detective game.
Farting is the key to success.
And then I get a message from, let's just call him Silver Steven. I'm sorry. Silver Steven was a newer chatter at the time and was just your typical oiler. He gifted a lot of subs. We had interacted a few times in chat, saying hi to one another, so it wasn't that weird to me that he was sending me a message. Or so I thought.
Why is she so bummed out?
Mind you, I'm literally sitting there watching Daft play as a cat detective man. The most I'm doing in chat is sending these 2 emotes. I'm completely lost, I'm completely clueless, so I just send back a question mark because I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. He then proceeds to tell me how Daft just
seems really off today.
And I just remember thinking to myself,
Okay. Whatever that means.
I tell him I have no idea, that she's literally just playing a furry game, and he doesn't say much else. And in the moment, I remember thinking that it was weird. It was definitely parasocial, but relatively it was harmless. But the main thing for me was why the fuck he chose to message me. Like, we're watching the exact same stream. Like, if you don't know, I don't know. What makes you think I have this secret information that you don't? It was just weird. But again, didn't really care, just wanted to watch my stream and mind my own business. That's what I wanted to do. And what started out as one weird DM I got, soon became several, where he would just DM me things that could easily be typed into chat. Watching an art stream and then randomly receiving a message like,
I can't even with her. So good.
Like, tell that to her. Send it in chat. What am I supposed to respond to that? Like, yes? Turns out a lot of people in the community were also receiving messages from Silver Steven. So I've carefully collected some of my personal favorite messages into a montage I'm calling
How many people were scared? Me too. I was really, really scared.
I'm mad I haven't made Def a millionaire.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Did Def and Super ever date?
Did you get the guy? Did you get the job? Is your house any bigger?
I have a question for you. What's your favorite Def clip? This is mine.
I don't care. Do you hear me? I don't care. So stop talking to me.
I gifted Def a sub to Brandon once.
Thank you so much.
Today is my 1-year Def-iversary.
What?
She's going to say thank you Silver Steven randomly throughout the interview.
Clap if you care.
Between the two of us we'd hypothetically have given 10% of the viewers a subscription.
Really? What?
Yeah, we're like 750 something together, so it would actually be like 11 or 12%.
2 plus 2 equals 6. And let me tell you why it equals 6. Because look at this. There are 2 2's. So therefore there is an additional 2 that no one talks about because the government, look at.
What do you think about the Def news?
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know much about them. I was bummed about it at first, not sure why.
Yes.
This is exactly what I was afraid of.
New mod is a mod now. I couldn't even buy a mod role from Def.
So pick me. Choose me. Love me.
When she said wow at the end of the duck video, I started crying. Do you think it's weird that I'm somewhat conflicted about her signing up with Sentinels? Like I have no say on her decisions. But I have given her $2,000, all of which are in subs, which is different than bits. I don't know what I did to her, though I'm a pretty good chatter. I only gift subs to non-weirdos.
I guess you must annoy her somehow with your messages.
Again, I wasn't even talking to her. I wasn't like, hey, at 39.
Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn.
I spent $4,000 only to be embarrassed in front of 6,000 people. She said I always ask stupid fucking questions or something.
You see the problem?
If those messages didn't make you highly uncomfortable, I don't know how to tell you, but you might be who this video is for. There is a very drastic difference between admiring someone, being a fan of what they do, appreciating their content, versus being possessive over content creators, feeling like you know them, wanting to gain something from supporting them. And I could maybe extend a crumb of sympathy towards younger kids and teens who don't know any better and are just really excited and passionate about something that means a lot to them. Like, it's still weird, and they definitely should learn to not be parasocial, but it just makes more sense. But for a grown, 30-plus-year-old man, I have zero sympathy. Get off the internet. Fill your life with any substance that is not receiving validation from a bunch of strangers on the internet. And you couldn't just stop at being parasocial with the streamer. You had to then constantly involve and message other people who are just minding their own business. And I think for me, that's the part that makes it even more gross, is the fact that there is a sense of self-awareness in Silver Steven's behavior. Why else would he be DMing all these weird messages to people instead of just sending them into chat? It's like he knows it's too weird and out of line to say in chat, so he willingly messages his weird parasocial thoughts instead of publicly verbalizing them. But also, he still did say a lot of weird shit publicly too, so I don't know. Also, haven't you been watching Daft for over a year? The streamer who's constantly calling out and shooting people for weird behavior, and who always makes it clear what kind of behavior she does not like.
I don't owe you anything, fuck off. Holy shit, what a fucking weirdo. You and some other bitches in the chat always ask the same fucking questions.
I think that's what makes it even more confusing, because how are you this obsessed with a streamer, yet you can't listen and understand that you are doing the things she's talking about? But, to be fair, I think I am asking a little bit too much from Steven. You know, expecting that guy to make logical sense is just too much. We are talking about the guy who invited himself to the birthday game, gloated and bragged about getting the Dashlux guy for weeks on end, and still, to this day, brings it up and talks about it like it's the greatest achievement in his life. You know, because doing nice things for someone to show you appreciate them is too logical. You have to do nice things for your own gain and sense of validation, and then talk about how nice you are. But at this point, Steven's parasocial behavior was something I just constantly tuned out. It ultimately didn't involve me, and if his entire goal in life was to get validation from 39 Daft, that didn't have anything to do with me, so I just moved along. Which was extremely short-lived because it's Steven. Fucking freak.
Hey. Hey. How y'all doing?
Now, before I get into the end of the story, it is important to share that even though this is a video about Steven's behavior in Daft's community, he did find and sub to my Twitch stream twice. And I promise this will be pertinent information, so keep this in mind. One day, I'm hanging out in Daft's OC when I see Steven typing some weird assumption about her personal life. And so I send one single emote in response to his weird message. And that one emote single-handedly starts World War III. And honestly, Steven's reaction to this one single emote really was the beginning of me even wanting to make this video.
No. Well.
So I send the Daft yikes, and lo and behold, Steven takes no time to do his trademark. Send me a Twitch whisper.
As someone who subscribed to your channel and gifted a sub or two, it sometimes sounds like you're being condescending or mean, but that could just be the internet.
It's not rocket science to tell that Steven was wailing on Daft to get recognition and feel validated by her, but I could not believe that I was being guilt-tripped and was having $10 held above my head as to why I couldn't Daft yikes him. So then I tell him that gifting subs to any streamer, big or small, does not entitle him to anything. And that him being this offended by an emote from a stranger on the internet is proving my point on his cringy behavior. And the conversation ultimately ends with me telling him to just block me because I cannot be bothered by a grown man trying to use his money as leverage over me when I did not ask for his stupid, dirty money. Regardless, all of this culminates into me eventually having to block him because even after this exchange, Steven would constantly ping me in chat and still be sending me Twitch whispers about random shit I don't care about. Just completely disregarding the entire conversation we just had a few days prior. So I just take matters into my own hands and block him. And then everything was fine because I didn't have to see or deal with his weird behavior. Is what I would say if that was actually the end of the story. But unfortunately, there's more. A week or two after I block him, he DMs a mutual Daft sub that I'm personally close to ask why I blocked him. Which, by the way, is fucking stupid because I explained to him why he made me uncomfortable in our own DMs. Regardless, I mean, that's not too bad, right?
Honey, you've got a big storm coming.
Until Steven then asks if a different Oiler in Daft's chat is my alt account because he speculates that they are trying to, and I quote, out-sub him. Like, you can't make this shit up.
It was kind of fucking weird they gifted exactly one more sub than I did at one time.
Bitch, who keeps track of that? Aren't you there for Daft to recognize you and love you or whatever? Why are you so hung up on a nobody blocking you? And not to mention, what in the fuck does out-subbing even mean? Is that a thing? Even though I was and am still confused on why I was being accused of having an alt account to out-sub Steven, it was just another layer that made a lot of things about Steven a lot more clear to me. That for Steven, supporting Daft was for his own personal gain. How genuinely he felt that gifting subs was valuable in his goal to climb this non-existent social ladder, and most importantly, how scarily obsessive and invested he was in a casual online community. It really all made sense. The DMs, the using subs against people, him keeping track of when Daft read his first message, keeping track of who else is gifting subs, feeling like he should have a say in her personal life. It all just comes down to how much something that is just entertainment has consumed this person's entire life. It's scary, it's gross, it's uncomfortable, but ultimately it's pretty sad. And I really did try to understand his perspective and where he might be coming from. But to be honest, even understanding why Steven behaves the way he does doesn't make it any less disturbing. Steven could have every good reason and intention in the book, and it still doesn't excuse how excessive his behavior was. Like, be passionate, sure. Enjoy their content, absolutely. But the entitlement and just predatory nature of spending money on someone to expect something in return is disgusting. Regardless of how I feel about him, Steven continues on, gifting subs for validation, DMing people for absolutely no reason, and making a Twitch streamer the center of his life. And I'm sure he'll continue to do so for as long as he's allowed. Which wasn't very long because 39 Daft banned him. It was a long wait, but by the grace of God, he was finally banned. And he handled it exactly like I thought he would.
No! This is not how this was supposed to go! I had it all planned out!
Denial, deflecting, pointing fingers, and a lot of narrative shifts. Like, 1 minute, he doesn't care about the ban but wants his money back. Another minute, he wants people to vouch for him to get him unbanned. Oh, and now somehow one person jokingly saying to him that he should gift subs is why he gifted all those subs. Oh, and of course, he wasn't ever being parasocial, but just really liked art and wanted to grow her stream. Wait, but never mind. Actually, he was just addicted to being thanked? It's hard to follow. But the best part for me is that even though he still denies to this day that any of his actions were parasocial, he is still, at the time of recording this video, DMing random people in Daft's community. Let me get this straight. You're not parasocial, but you are 3 weeks later still crying about being banned on an online Twitch chat. Steven's case is a really scary and realistic look at how parasocial relationships can go way too far and become incredibly unhealthy. I would like to make it very clear that I do understand that Steven more than likely meant no harm in any of his actions. However, not meaning any harm isn't this immediate pass to just do whatever the fuck you want. It was still weird, and it just does not serve as an excuse when thousands of people are able to have healthy interactions with streamers and content creators. And so over the year and some months that Steven was in that community, I don't take any of the weird things he did to heart. It's not about me. And I'd argue it's not even about Daft. Regardless if it was in her chat or anybody else's chat, The unhealthy views and ideas he has on content creators and his relationship with them is something he has to unpack. I just got involved because I guess my DMs were open. So, if I had one thing to say to Steven throughout all of this, it would be, enjoy the ban, bitch.